So today I want to introduce you to the organ systems that make up your body. Now, some of these organ systems, this is about the only time we're going to talk about them. They are very, very complex, and you'll learn more about those in biology or if you take anatomy when you get to high school. But some of these we're going to talk about more in depth. Today is just a general introduction to your primary organ systems that make up your body. Okay? First, we're going to talk about the excretory system. It is made up of 2 kidneys, a pair of ureters, the bladder, and the urethra. Its main function is to filter waste out of the blood. So the blood in your body runs through your kidneys. They're going to filter it out. They're going to make it into urine. Okay? That urine is then going to leave your body so that you can get all that waste out. So when you look at the excretory system, very simple. Kidneys, these ureters are these here, the bladder, which holds your urine until you can get it out through the urethra. All right, next is the respiratory system. Now your respiratory system's function, okay, is to get oxygen into your body and to get carbon dioxide out of your body. All right, you breathe in the oxygen, your cells use it. They create a waste product as they use the oxygen. That waste product is carbon dioxide, so we got to get it out. All right, when we look at the respiratory system, air comes in through your nose and mouth, travels through the larynx and down through the trachea, through bronchial tubes into your lungs, and where everything actually happens is in these little tiny sacs called alveoli. So these are the primary parts of your respiratory system. All right, next is the muscular system. Its function is to move the parts of the body, both externally, so you can move, and internally. When you swallow, muscles carry the food to your stomach. Your stomach churns it up. So muscles make your stomach churn. All right, so internal and external. All right, this picture is just the external muscular. These are your skeletal muscles. These are the ones we normally think about when we think about muscles, like your biceps and triceps and your quadriceps, the things that actually build what you see for muscles. But don't forget, you have all those internal muscles. Your heart is a muscle. Your stomach is full of muscle. Like I said, your esophagus is full of muscle as it carries food down. So don't forget that. The skeletal system is made up of all the bones, every little bone in your body. You are born with more than 300, but by the time you're an adult, you only have 206 of them. Right? They fuse together into singles from multiples in a lot of places. Its function is it supports you, of course. Couldn't stand up without muscles. And it gives you protection. Your skull protects your brain. Your rib cage protects your lungs and heart. Okay? And then you have lots of other areas that are protected by different parts of your body. And that's job is the things. And of course it gives you your shape. So don't forget the shape. These are the bones and all of the upper body for the most part. Cuts off at the knees here. But just to give you an example of some of the bones in the body. Then you have the cardiovascular system. And your cardiovascular system's function is to move blood throughout the entire body, okay, head to toes, all right, in order to get oxygen and nutrients everywhere. So your blood flows through your lungs to pick up oxygen, and then it flows through your intestines and stomach to pick up nutrients from the food you've eaten, and it carries that throughout your entire body. It also is picking up waste products, though, so that your body can get rid of them. So it does both, all right? It's made up of the heart, arteries, which move blood away from the heart, capillaries, which connect arteries to veins, and then the veins carry blood back to your heart. So your primary organ that does most of the work is the heart, so it's constantly pumping. And then as you see with the arrows, arteries are away from the heart. So away are arteries, okay, to the heart. Our veins and these little tiny blood vessels that are everywhere are the capillaries. Next is your nervous system. The main function is to get information from our senses. So sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, okay? Gets information from our senses and sends that information throughout the body so we can respond. Touch something hot, ooh, yank your hand back. It's because you sense the heat, your brain says, get away, it's going to hurt you. Your nervous system did that, right? Keeps everything working also. Your brain controls pretty much everything that happens in your body. Even if you're not thinking about it, your brain is controlling it. Right? So the main parts are the brain, the spinal cord, which runs, of course, down your back, and all the nerves that come off of those and go out to all parts of your body. So brain, spinal cord, right down the middle, and then everything that comes off of that, those are the nerves. They're called peripheral nerves. Next is the digestive system. And the digestive system provides several functions. Okay, so a couple of things happen here. First, we take food in, ingest. So this is when you're actually eating the food. Okay. Next, it digests the food. So as it gets into your stomach, it starts when you're chewing and you add saliva. It gets into your stomach and it churns and it gets broken down a lot more by acids. Then it moves all through your intestines and we finish breaking it down. And so we break down all that food. Now, primarily in the intestine, a little bit in the stomach, but mostly in the intestine, okay, all those digested nutrients, so the food is broken down into nutrients. It's absorbed out to the bloodstream so that your blood can carry it everywhere in your body. And then eventually, what's left over that your body can't break down or cannot use comes out as solid waste. So in one end, out the other. Good in, bad out. So your digestive system, not pictured as your mouth. Your mouth and your teeth are very important parts. But then from there into the esophagus, through your stomach, the liver is sending stuff you need. The gallbladder sends stuff to help out. The pancreas sends stuff to help out. But the food goes into your stomach, then into your small intestine, and then eventually into your large intestine, where it can eventually be eliminated, the waste on the other end. All right, your endocrine system is one that we will not be talking about after this slide for the most part. Okay? It regulates short-term and long-term changes in the body by releasing hormones. And hormones are chemical messengers that cause a response when they're released. Now, an example would be if you get really scared, something scares you, you know how your heart rate picks up, and you start breathing faster, and you get kind of tense. That's the fight or flight response. Your body's getting ready to either run away or to fight to save your life, fight or flight, okay? And it's caused by the hormone adrenaline. It's released when you get really scared, okay? Another example for a long-term change would be when your pituitary gland starts releasing estrogens or testosterones in order to force puberty. Okay, that's how you go from being a little boy to a man or from a little girl to a woman. Your long-term changes are produced by chemicals from the pituitary gland. All right, so these are types of hormones. All right, and there is your pituitary gland right there. Okay, all these others release different hormones for different things at different times. Some of them are very quick acting, like adrenaline. Some of them are very long-term, like testosterone or estrogen. All right, your immune system is another one that we won't really be talking about past this slide. The immune system protects your body from invading pathogens. So things that'll make you sick, bacteria, viruses, any protists or fungi that are dangerous to you, those pathogens, your immune system takes care of them. All right, it's made up of barriers, so your skin blocks things from getting in. Your mucous membrane, so things like in your nose, they trap it, they catch it in the mucus. And then you have white blood cells. If it actually gets into your body, your white blood cells will attack them and literally gobble them up. They'll use endocytosis to surround and destroy those invading pathogens. All right? So your bone marrow, that's where you're making your white blood cells. okay? Your lymph vessels and lymph nodes and all, they're gonna trap anything in them to clean it out. So these are the parts that will work with your immune system to help you stay healthy. All right, so again, those last two, that's pretty much all you're gonna know. The others, we're gonna be talking about in a little bit more detail throughout the rest of the unit.